Let us do another solved example. I have written the question in description also. A balloon is ascending at a speed of 9.8 meter per second and at a height of 39.2 meter above the ground. A food packet is dropped from the balloon. The balloon was carrying a food packet and it was going upward with a speed of 9.8 meter per second, and when the balloon was at 39.2 meter above the ground, the food packet is dropped. After how much time and with what velocity does the food packet reach the ground? So we have to find two things: what is the time taken by the food packet to reach the ground, and what is the velocity with which the food packet hits the ground. Now this question, it is actually a very important question. It can be done in a shortcut method and in the basic longer version of the question also. So we are going to discuss both the methods, but first I am going to discuss the longer one, which involves the basic understanding of the entire motion that is happening here. So first we have to understand that when the balloon is rising upward with some velocity, then the food packet inside the balloon is also going upward with the same velocity. So when at certain height, when the food packet is detached from the balloon, then the balloon will keep on going up, but the food packet will go a little bit higher because it also had the velocity u. It will not happen that as soon as the food packet is detached it will directly come downward. That does not happen. Since the food packet has some upward velocity u, it will cover some distance in upward direction, it will reach the maximum height, and then it will go in the downward direction. So this is a very important concept to notice. I'll repeat: as soon as the food packet is detached from an upward going balloon, it will not drop directly from there. It will cover some distance in upward direction till it reaches the maximum height, when its final velocity becomes 0, and after that point, after that height, the food packet will start dropping downward. So this means the entire journey of the food packet can be divided into two parts: the upward part and the downward part, till it reaches the ground. Now we are given some values. This velocity in the upward direction is given to be 9.8 meter per second. The value of acceleration for the upward journey will be downward. So this means that for upward journey we are going to take g as negative. So first we are going to discuss the upward journey. So let us say that this is the point A when food packet is dropped, and point B is at the highest point, the maximum height point. So for A to B, for this motion, u is 9.8 meter per second, g is equal to minus 9.8 meter per second square. Both are in opposite direction. So we can use this formula to find the final velocity at the maximum height point, at the topmost point. So at the topmost point the final velocity will be equal to 0. U is 9.8 minus 9.8 into t. So from here t is equal to 1 second. This means after the food packet is detached from the balloon, it will keep on going in the upward direction till 1 second, for the duration of 1 second, till it reaches the maximum height. Its velocity becomes 0, and after that it will start dropping. Now the distance covered in this 1 second, that can be found out by using the second equation of motion. So 9.8 into 1, t is 1, minus, because of minus g, it will be minus, into 9.8 into 1 square. So if we calculate this will come out to be 4.9 meters. So the distance covered in the upward journey is equal to 4.9 meters. That means at maximum height, the packet will be at 4.9 meter plus 39.2 meter above the ground. 39, remember the packet was detached at 39.2 meter. So this distance is already 39.2 meter, and then the packet went 4.9 meter upward. So the total distance At maximum height, the packet will be at 4.9 plus 39.2, which is equal to 44.1 meter from ground. So this means after the packet starts descending, it has to cover a distance of 44.1 meter from B to the ground. So now we are going to discuss the second part of the journey from B to ground. Now since it is at maximum height, this means its initial velocity is 0. The direction of velocity of packet and direction of acceleration due to gravity are both in the same direction, both in downward direction. So we are going to take G positive for this part of the journey. And the distance that is traveled will be 44.1 meter. Now the velocity just before touching the ground will be equal to u plus 80. V equals to u plus 80. U is 0 plus 9.8 into t. So for this we need to find out the value of t. So for t we are going to find out by using second equation of motion. X equals to ut plus half at square. X we know it has to cover 44.1 meter. So 44.1 meter equals to 0 plus half into 9.8 into t square. So from here t square will be equal to 88.2 upon 9.8. So it will come out to be 9. So that means t will be equal to 3 seconds. And we are going to use this value of t here. So velocity, this velocity just before touching the ground will be equal to 9.8 into 3, and this will come out to be 29.4 meter per second. The mathematical calculations you can do yourself. This 29.4 meter per second, the direction of this velocity will be downward towards the ground, and the total time of flight will be A to B and then B to ground. So 1 second from going upward, that we calculated here, and 3 seconds for going downward. So it will be 3 plus 1, 4 seconds. So this will be the velocity, and the time will be 4 seconds, and velocity is 29.4 meter per second in the downward direction. So this is the basic concept. This you should clear this out before we start with the shortcut method. Now shortcut method we are going to do in the next page. The alternative method of solving that question will be to use the equations of motion directly. So u was given to us as 9.8 meter per second. G will be equal to minus 9.8 meter per second square. X is equal to, it was given 39.2 meter in the upward direction. I have taken this negative sign. Why? Because the displacement, the measurement of the displacement of the food packet from that particular height to the ground, the food packet is going to come downward. That means the displacement is being calculated from this point towards the ground, while the velocity is given in upward direction. Both of them are in opposite direction. That's why I have taken minus 39.2. So first thing you must have noticed that in the earlier method, in the basic concept method, we were calculating the distance of the entire path, the actual length of the path. The food packet was going upward and then coming downward, so we were calculating the distance. Here we are calculating the displacement. So that is why minus 39.2 will come with this. Now we will use the second equation of motion. So x is minus 39.2, u is 9.8 into t minus half of 9.8 into t square. So this will give us a quadratic equation in t. I am directly writing the equation here. This will be the equation. It can be simplified further. 4.9 can be taken out as common. So it will be t square minus 2t minus 8 equals to 0. Now if you solve this, then you will get two roots, two values, 4 seconds and minus 2 seconds. Now obviously time cannot be negative, so we are going to discard this value and time equals to 4 seconds. This is the solution for one part. Now velocity with which the packet reaches the ground will be v equals to u plus 80, or 9.8 minus 9.8 into t is 4 now. So this will come out to be minus 29.4 meter per second. Minus sign says that it is in downward direction. U was in upward direction. V is in downward direction because the packet is coming this way. So minus 29.4 meter per second, or we can write 29.4 meter per second in downward direction. Now if you look, then we have the same answers. T was 4 second, and here also we calculated t to be equal to 4 second, and the velocity was, final velocity was 29.4 meter per second downward. Here also it is 29.4 meter per second downward. So this means that we are going to get the same solution, same answers, but the approach is different. In the earlier approach, we calculated the distance, we took the concept of entire distance, and in this alternative method we took the approach of displacement. So obviously this is shorter, so we are going to use this in the future questions, but you should understand why this concept is used.